coming from Honduras, having the U.S. family, as you call it, can you tell the people just kind of how that happened and what that was like for you, your experience coming to the United States from Honduras?
Oh yeah, I remember I was 15 years old at the time, and a mission trip group came down to Honduras, and it was on a Monday, and they saw me playing, and I think by Wednesday they were like, "Hey, what are your thoughts about coming and playing baseball at a high school?" I'm like, I always wanted to play in the big league, so I told my parents. So on a Thursday, my parents decided, and on Friday I was leaving the country. So it was a matter of like 5 days that I had to make a life-changing decision. And it's crazy how God works in that way. Just able to put people in your life for you to accomplish all this.
How difficult? I mean, you're how old are you? So how difficult of a transition was that? Did you speak English at the time?
I did speak a little bit of English, but it was not as sharp. But at that time, I just wanted to leave. I didn't thought about anything like, what happened. No, I had one goal in mind. It was just playing the big leagues. I think the hardest part was just being away, from family while I was over there. When I was leaving, I was not thinking any of that. But it was hard. It was hard being 15 at a time and just going to another country with people I don't know, and it ended up being a blessing.
And I guess Honduras. Can you educate the people just about like what was the baseball situation there? It wasn't.
Honduras always have they have good baseball. It's just a matter of like people controlling it. I mean, it's getting better now, but back when I was growing up, it was good baseball, and it kind of deteriorated a little bit, but we're trying to get back in those in those footsteps. But they play baseball since from little league all the way to rec ball and like adults and everything. But we play baseball.
All right, so you made your way up there to Sacramento, California. When did you realize that, hey, I'm pretty good at this baseball thing? Was it before, or did it get into the States?
I knew I was gonna play in the big leagues since I was 7 years old. I said to myself, I'm gonna play in the big leagues. I'm gonna play in the big leagues, and I knew I was gonna get drafted. Like since coming to the States, I knew I was good. I always had that confidence in me, and I think I never thought of anything else that it was not playing in the big leagues, and I think just manifesting that and just putting the work in it just helped me out.
All right, and I saw, if I'm not mistaken, you grew up going to Giants games as well. So what was that like, growing up a Giants fan, more or less in your teenage years, and then getting to play for the ball club?
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, able to watch those guys and playing when I grew up watching Crawford play. I grew up watching Posey, Belt, all those guys play, and it's crazy just going there and be able to play with them, and being able to experience all that stuff, and I was glad I was able to check that off my list.
For sure, that's a dream come true, right?
Yes, it was a dream come true, and I was grateful for the years I was there, and but at the end of the day, it's a career. So.
Right on. Do you have a favorite Giants memory as a player?
I think it was just hearing my name for the first time, as a Giant. Just being able to hear my name announced as a Giant, and got my first hit, got my everything, my ground ball, everything. I think it was just hearing the first name for the first time in that stadium. I mean, I'm gonna remember. I mean, Renell, just always, was my favorite growing up, and listen to her say my name was I think the most surreal thing.
All right, and I got to ask you one more Giants question. What was it like to see Buster Posey retire? And I mean, you grew up as a fan of him, then you became a teammate of him. That's got to be crazy too. And then, yeah. What do you think his legacy will be on the game?
Oh, it's crazy. Like I think Buster was one of the first players I saw as a rookie, and then seeing him retired. And I mean, you want to have a career. If you want to have a major league career, you want to have a career like his. I mean, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and just the way that it's a way better person than a player. As he's a great player, but the way that he was as a person, it's unreal. I mean, Buster was always giving advice to people. He gave me a lot of advice, but like I said, it's something that the Giants are gonna miss him, and it's showing right now a little bit. But it's a different clubhouse. It's a different ballgame when he's in.
Actually, I did want to ask you too, because we are in Texas Rangers. Do you remember that 2010 Giants Texas Rangers World Series? What do you remember most about that series?
I mean, everything. I mean, Renteria hitting the home run, the going ahead. I mean, I remember a lot of stuff. I mean, Sandoval was not in the playoff roster. I mean, a lot of stuff that is just crazy. I mean, Brian Wilson striking out Nelson Cruz towards the end of the game. I mean, it's crazy just remembering that stuff and being able to be here.
All right. And tell me about the transition to the Houston Astros here, and what is it like to play for Dusty Baker?
Dusty, I mean, I know Dusty since Sacramento, and I like Dusty a lot. Dusty, you know, he keeps it real. He's a good manager, one of the best managers probably. You know, him and Boch are right there, and he trusts the players. Like I said, I like him. You can go and talk to him freely. He won't go around the bush. He'll tell you how it is, and you know that's what I like.
And I got to ask you about Jeremy Pena. What are your impressions of this young kid? Turning a lot of heads right now as a young prospect, and really finding his way in the show so far. It looks like.
The first thing I thought one of my teammates the first thing, this kid is gonna be a $300 million player. This kid is good, man. This kid, I mean, he's aware. He always asking for advice. He always he's a different breed of a player. Like he's very, like I'd say, like there's no way to describe it. Like he's good, and he's gonna be in the big leagues for a while.
And does it ever get? I know you've been in the show a long time now, but does it ever get surreal, your journey, like thinking about it?
Oh yeah, every day, every time I come here, every time I get to play, I come here and just just being out here and just enjoying it. Like I said, you never know when it's gonna be the last day, so I try to enjoy every time and try to think like, hey, I'm in the big leagues. I'm just trying to enjoy it.
All right, last one for you. I'm gonna leave you on a fun one. What is the greatest baseball movie of all time and why?
I think Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year is my favorite one. Yeah, I just the story it's just crazy.
You relate to it, right?
A little bit. I think that's why it's just it brings tears a little bit. I remember when I got called up, it was the same exact reaction. Just remember and just, hey, I got called to the big leagues. Hey, pack this stuff. I'm going, yeah.
I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much.